All right, heading down the trail. So, storytelling from last night. Camped with 3 other people. There was actually a 4th who ended up hammock camping. That was a really nice offer. He was in the shelter, he and his buddy, from the day before, and they decided they were going to stay 2 nights. And because he's a loud snorer, he offered to go hammock camp. And I knew there were 2 more people coming, Joe and Paul. So when they got there, by the way, there was another guy who stayed in the shelter. His name was Bear, his trail name. And he's done the AT and Triple Crown and a whole bunch of stuff. Great conversations with everybody. As you hopefully saw in the video, we had a lightning storm, we had hail. So all those things that were forecast came to be. We had a severe thunderstorm warning just south of us. Incredible lightning. And then the wind picked up after midnight and came in from the north, which blew straight into the shelter. And we were messing with the tarp, trying to get it set up right, and couldn't really block all the wind from coming in there. So we had like a mister blowing moisture on us a lot of the night. That was pretty cold. But it was just good to at least be out of the thunderstorm. That ended, I think, somewhere around 1. Kept hailing off and on. And I was thankful for that. And then from there, this morning I got up early and ended up making breakfast on the backside of the shelter to get out of the wind as best I could. And got up and out before everybody else. So I'm on my way to another shelter. I'm going to butcher its name, so I'll just throw it at the bottom of the video here. And it's about, when I looked this morning, about 17.3 miles out. I think it was like 2,500 feet of elevation gain, 3,500 loss. So that's the kind of day we're looking at. Winds, I'm in kind of a calm spot, or the winds have calmed down, one or the other right now, but winds are forecast to gust to like 25 today and be sustained like 10 to 15, and they're picking up right now as I talk. So that's why I'm bundled up a bit. It's going to be in the low to mid 50s as well. But overall, great morning so far. I've already cracked off 3 miles and just making my way up the trail. This is what I love about through hiking. Every day is a little different, and you got to adapt to the conditions and the things that happen. And sometimes you get to stick to at least your hiking plan. My body recovered really well from yesterday. My feet are still kind of sore from where they were getting pressed on by rocks. There's still some rocks on the trail, but it's definitely better today. But the rest of my muscles and everything feel really good. So I don't think there's going to be any problem doing the 17 today. And something similar tomorrow in the Queen Wilhelmina Lodge, where I'll get to enjoy an evening in the hotel. All right, more later. Still with this valley for a little bit longer, heading to Winding Stair. It's just beautiful. Every time I look out to the left. That is the kind of thing that makes a thru hiker happy. A trash can. So the restroom with the trash, when you're going eastbound, when you come off the trail, you turn left to go towards the campsite and look for the building with the smokestack looking thing on it. All right, nap time. So I started my day here, Holson Valley Shelter. Went by Horse Thief Springs, and then just doing this long ridge walk all the way down here to Winding Stair. I'm basically right here right now. And the next leg of this day is to head southbound, do this significant descent, then cross over 259. That gets me out of the controlled burn fire zone that starts essentially at midnight, and then head east to that shelter, Pashubbe. So that's the plan for today. If I feel super ambitious, maybe I'll go a little further. If I feel tired, there's some campsites along here So we'll just see how it goes, but so far so good. It's been a great morning. It is chilly, but I'm not sweating too much, so there's always an upside. It's a sizable climb coming out from the Trailhead restroom area down there. I'm not really paying too much attention to the ups and downs. As you might be able to tell from my commentary, I'm more or less just on the map, hiking wherever the trail brings me. Here's an uphill. Up on top of the ridge at this point, heading to the shelter, the Winding Stair shelter. By the way, you may be noticing I doubled up on my hats today. This hat's adjustable, like ball cap, and it's kind of nice that I can wear another hat underneath it, stay warm, and also block the sun, keep the hoods off of my glasses. And from here the descent is on. Just saw maybe some vultures flying around as well, or some hawks. It's hard to tell which, but pretty cool. Nice spot today. Just a quick note on the rocks yesterday. For me, using hiking poles was critically important, really helped. Those rocks were throwing my legs every which way. Weight of my pack was going every which way. It was day one of my trip. And the poles really just gave me that extra stabilization to help me avoid any significant injuries and keep me upright and keep me going, give me some extra confidence. So if you're going to do that section and you're at all into using hiking poles, which I certainly am, then I would highly recommend them. This is a tributary to the Big Cedar, and it's a really nice little oasis. Great place to fill up. This isn't the only channel either. There's one before as well. I just took a leader out of here. For all the bemoaning we hikers do about the rocks, they are really beautiful from afar, and this shot is cool with the color in the trees, the rocks, and the creek. It's a great spot. There were several options to rock hop that one, so got across. Feet dry. I got my feet a little wet yesterday, but so far on this trail, I've kept them dry. I know that's not going to last. Still checking out the bigger Big Cedar, which the little Big Cedar seems to feed into. I'm just calling it that. They're both called the Big Cedar. All right, heading down to what is the river crossing, essentially, although I think it's called creek. Should be interesting. I'm gonna evaluate it and decide if I need to wait until morning, let the water come down a little bit, or if I can make a go at it. So I'll keep you posted. Well, here we are. I just stuck my poles in it. It looks deeper than I think it actually is. So I'm gonna get out there and give it a shot and see what goes. I'm not filming, but I'll let you know on the other side. All right, mission accomplished. It was a mid-thigh at the highest point, depth. And I just came straight across the line from that side of the trail to over here. And no problem. Poles were helpful, current was strong, but not something I couldn't handle. So, the trail just gradually peels away from the highway here on a downslope. There it is. And I just walked into some really bright sunshine. Feels nice. Definitely warming me up a bit after that. Very refreshing crossing. So I'm climbing back up the other side of the valley now. Heading eastbound once again, generally. And yeah, final stretch for the evening. I think I've got about 2.5 miles to the shelter. I haven't looked in a little bit. And last water source is closer than that, so fill up there for the night. Of course, there'll probably be some closer, but I'm not going to risk it. I've managed water pretty well today. I've carried just a liter most of the day or less. Looks like just me tonight. Got a tarp here as well. Very cool.